Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's Lenny from Dime Magazine. I wanted to talk to you guys, about something that really means something dear to my heart. I wanted to talk about, like what it means to have a wonderful friend. And when I say that, just even if you think about it, right? Let's just say, like Arsenio Hall says, on his show back in the 90s, you know what I'm saying? Like things that make you say, you know what I mean? Like when I sit back and I think about friends, I think about the good, the bad, and the different. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say you have, well, first, let me just back up for a minute. So, I interview a lot of celebrities. I interview a lot of, if all you guys that's been hearing my podcast, y'all heard so many celebrities and, people from the NBA, WNBA, Hall of Fame, movie actors, Academy Award winners, Oscar winners, corporate people, owners, billionaires, millionaires, whatever. However you choose to flip and bounce it. However, it's about not who they are, but it's about, what we were speaking of, during our interview. So I just, I feel like, because I always ask everyone, not everyone, but a lot of them, like, what does it mean to have a real friend, a real true friend? And a lot of them give me pretty much different answers, but they all are still similar. You feel me? Like, y'all feel me? You know what I mean? Like, it's like something that makes you say, through the good, bad, and indifferent. It's to say, okay, what does a real true friend mean? It means that no matter what you guys go through, like, give y'all an example. It's to say, like, okay, you have a best friend, a girl or a guy, whoever, and things happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, all the good things and blah, 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 blah. Oh, yeah, I smoke weed. Oh, my gosh, maybe we should, get together and blah, 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 blah. And then, oh, that's my best friend. And, oh, I drink. Oh, you drink too. Or, oh, I draw. Oh, yeah, you draw too. Oh, I draw too. Or, oh, I like this. Or I like that. Things, certain interests, certain habits, certain whatever, right? That brings people together to become, close friends, however. But, there's a lot of, I guess, experiences where even though people become close or they end up close, but then they end up apart, meaning, from an argument or some type of past experience. And it's like, all right, well, how can we fix this? Maybe someone feels, maybe them, maybe you, maybe us, whoever, feels like, no, it's not fixable. Whatever. But maybe it is fixable. You know what I mean? Like, maybe it is. So it's like, the main question is have you ever forgave someone? Whether it was to forgive them, no matter how damaging, no matter how traumatic the situation ended up being. But maybe you guys were able to come back together, even though someone was still cocky, someone was still prideful. It could have been them. Maybe it's you. To say, oh yeah, maybe somebody's going to say some slick shit, whatever. But it's like, all right, well, let's just try to figure it out. Maybe after you tried to figure it out, or they tried to figure it out with you with them, y'all together, for some odd reason, maybe they did, y'all were able to figure it out, but then, or maybe not, where y'all tried to figure it out, but it just didn't work. Who knows? However, the question still remains, have you ever tried to forgive that person? Maybe it was for them or for yourself. Something to think about. Things that make you say, Now, I'm guilty of the both. I'm guilty of both. I am. At the same time, I also use it as a learning tool, a stepping stone, a step stool. However, and it's not to act like I'm all that. It's not to, because I have real feelings, and I'm sure y'all do, and that's why I'm asking. You know what I mean? Maybe somebody cheated on someone. Maybe somebody, but who knows? Maybe someone had a baby, outside of their relationship. Maybe, who knows? Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Friends that, who knows? The bottom line is how were you able to handle it when it came to you in that way? Make sense, y'all? It's like, okay, now I see the fuckery in front of me. How am I going to handle this? How are they going to handle this? Now, one thing I've learned is that, just to give y'all an example, I used to be the type to be like, I don't care if this happened or that happened. You cheated on me, so now I need to go out and get revenge and cheat on you. Or if it wasn't cheating, maybe, you are out there talking to your friends and doing what you do. So no matter what I say to you and I try to keep you hip to what's going on, maybe you need to, maybe you're not there yet. Maybe they're not there yet. Maybe I'm not there yet. Because the tables can turn, meaning someone else is sharing the same thing with me. I look at it from both sides of the coin. So it's like, all right, well, how would I handle it? Especially if I'm on the receiving end or they're on the receiving end. But one thing I've learned is we cannot control what someone brings to us, meaning avenging what they choose to say or do. However, what we are in control of is our response, our revenge. You get what I mean? Like, does that make sense, y'all? So it's like, all right, even though I can speak for someone else, I can't really speak for them. I can only speak for myself at the end of the day. So when we're talking about a true friend, I would think in my eyes is, how would they deal with the situation, even though they know I'm wrong? Or how would I handle the situation even though I know that they're wrong? Maybe there is no wrong. Maybe it's just something that just fucking happened. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, it's all about trying to figure it out. So, but knowing that you have a true friend, someone who calls you their true friend, they're true, and you're saying the same thing about them. You call them your cousin, you call them your brother, you call them your sister, you call them whatever, a best friend, whatever, like a BFF for life, and all that dumb shit. But then it's not really dumb shit because obviously y'all are saying it for a reason. and to each other. There has to be some form of truth there. I feel like what two people experience together and what they go through together is what really determines the level and the quality, not just the quantity, but the quality of y'all's real relationship, true relationship. So, something to think about, something for you to sit back and say, I mean, what else is there to do? Let's figure it out. Sometimes we can figure it out on our own. Sometimes it takes someone else to give us advice and insight to say, hey, they were wrong. Or to say, hey, you were wrong. Or to say, hey, both of y'all were wrong. And I just wanted to, really touch some hearts and to really talk about it, because one thing I love is real, true, genuine friendships. I love it. At the same time, it has its pros, it has its cons. But what can we do, not just as individuals, but obviously it's, once the argument happens or the disagreements or whatever, we now have to go back as individuals, right? And really think about it, and then come back together possibly and say, hey, now that I had time to think about it, now that we're coming back together, how can we fix this? How can we make it better to where now we're moving on so much better together? And without holding no resentment, no remorse, none of the negative things. But us both, not only individually, but also together, being able to say, all right, yes, we're working on fixing it, but there's no falsehood. There's no, oh yeah, side-eyeing, like, oh yeah, blah, 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 blah. There's no talking shit. None of the extras. Like, the mending is really meaningful. You know what I mean? Like, you're giving your best friend, your significant other, him, her, whoever, family members, like, how can we fix it and really come together and really fix it and really mean it without holding grudges, without side-eyeing each other? Like, no, leave it alone. We've been there, done that, no matter how many times. But just like, I really mean it. And I really love you. And I really care about you. And I know you really love me and care about me, God willing. It's just like, how can we come back together to fix the damage that was done? That's what matters to me the most. And that's why this whole episode, this whole podcast is about, fixing issues. Because the same thing a midget said to me, life is short. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God, like, for real shit. It's like, oh my God. It's like, for real, you know what I mean? Like, what can we do though to really do what we got to do to really fix what we have? Like, how much do we really treasure our friendships? You know what I'm saying? Our vibes, our all that great stuff, all that great shit. You know what I mean? Like, what, like, y'all, things that make you say, you know what I mean? Like, and really sitting on it and really thinking about it. But not just thinking about it, actually fixing it to where now we could pay it forward to those after us that, may be going or are going through the same things that we're going through. So that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about today. You know what I mean? And tonight, whatever. Bottom line is I just want to continue to share love with you guys, man. And like I said, I don't interview myself a lot. You know what I mean? And maybe that'll fly over y'all's heads, but I don't really interview myself a lot. This is the second time I've interviewed myself talking to y'all, sharing with y'all my insights, my ideas, and my ideologies, and you know what I'm saying, and different things that help me to continue to become a better person through the good, bad, and indifferent. Makes sense? So maybe it's something that, we could talk about. Maybe it's something that you could think about through, this podcast to say, man, hey, why not? Shit, what else is there to do? You know what I mean? Like, so something to think about, y'all. I don't care if y'all are celebrities. I don't care if y'all are corporate owners worth $1 billion, or you ain't worth shit. You ain't got no money in your bank account. You're struggling. It don't matter. Real situations happen to everybody. It doesn't matter what level you're on. It don't matter what creed, color. It don't matter. None of that shit. And I hate racism. I fucking hate it. I fucking hate it. So if y'all want to block me for saying that, fuck it. Block me. But guess what? I'm speaking my truth. And I'm speaking the truth. God doesn't stand for hate. I don't care if you're Christian, Muslim. I don't care if you believe in, whatever. But when you decide to hate, not just hating a person's race, but hating on a person's thinking, a person's thought patterns, just ask them, why do you think that way? What makes you think that way? Okay, now I'm going to share with you, if you choose to care to hear what I'm saying, regardless of what I look like, regardless of what I believe in, regardless of whatever. Because I'm not going to hold that to you. That's not what I'm going to do. And I know that there's millions of people that feel the same way. It's just, again, things that make you say, It's your boy Lenny, man. Dime Magazine. Go check us out, man. DimeMag.com. www.dymemag.com. Go check us out, man. You already know what it is. You'll catch us in your nearest city at the clubs with all the baddest models, celebrity models, upcoming models. Y'all want to sign up to Dime Magazine and model for us and work for us? Hey, man, go click on it. Send us a message. Let us know that you heard our podcast. Dime Magazine. All right? www.dymemag.com. DimeMag.com, man. Let's keep it going. We almost 20 years in the business. Very successful. So many celebrities love us. So many celebrities respect us. And guess what? It's because God loves us. And guess what? God loves you. Keep doing what you're doing, man. Hit us up. You already know what it is. Love y'all, man. Let's keep making dope things happen. Later.